This problem is a short one, and it basically wants to teach us how to generate random numbers using a normal distribution given a mean and a known standard deviation. And we're going to assume that we have to do that 25 times. We are told that the distribution of GMAT scores in math for an incoming class of business students has a mean of 620 and a standard deviation of 15. Assume that the scores are normally distributed. Generate 25 random variates from this distribution as whole numbers. Oh, we have to make them as whole numbers. So basically, we really only need one formula, and we're going to put it right here. We've got 25 observations, so I just have to copy it 25 times. So the core of this is going to be a formula called norm inverse, as we read in our books. So what we're going to do is we're going to say equals norm.inv. Norm inverse returns the inverse of the normal cumulative distribution for a specified mean and a specified standard deviation. So norm inverse is what we need. Open parenthesis. Now the first thing that we want is the probability. Now the probability in this case, we're going to let be a random number from 0 to 1. So we're going to put in the formula where it says probability. We're just going to put in equals rand, open and close parenthesis. So we're going to get some number between 0 and 1, or some percentage. And that's kind of what we wanted. Now the next thing asks for, you can see it here, it's highlighted in the description. We want the mean. Well, the mean is right here, 620. So we're going to click 620, and then we're going to anchor it. And then we put in a comma, and now it asks for the standard deviation. And the standard deviation is in this box, B4. And we're going to anchor it with an F4. Now, we can close parenthesis, and we will get a number, but it will have decimals on it. So if I hit enter, watch what happens. I get some number with a bunch of decimals after the, too much precision. So I want to round that number. So what you can do is you can go back to your formula, and you can click in front of the first letter of the first formula, and you can insert another formula, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to put in the formula round, open parenthesis. So it's going to round whatever it gets, and then we put in a comma. Put in a comma at the end, comma, and tell it how many decimal points we want it to round to. In this case, 0. Close parenthesis. So we have kind of taken our original formula and we have wrapped it up inside another formula that will round the answer to the original formula to 0 decimal places. Enter. And see, as you can see, we've got 0 decimal places there. Now, even if you click on that, I don't know what's going on with this silly computer. If you click on that and added precision by clicking here, you would see that there's still no precision to be had because the actual number has been rounded. The answer in that cell has been rounded. So we can eliminate the precision because it's not there. And we can take that, because we have anchored everything correctly, we can take that and copy it down. And if we had looked at 25 people from this data generating mechanism, this group of people, this population of people, this is what we might expect to see as their scores on the GMAT. And if you looked at all of those, they should be normally distributed with a mean of 620 and a standard deviation of 15. And there we go. Now watch what happens when you hit Control equals. So it recalculates them all. Now we've got a different subgroup, and Yeah, well, anyway, that was the gist of the problem.